fairly competitively to be competitive in the market, and therefore they're not much more expensive than the same cars in Malaysia. So the public has been complaining, why sell those cars so cheap over there and yet for the same price over here, still expensive?
So cheap because we don't pay. We have to try and reduce the car because to achieve volume is very important in this business. Even though we may lose some money, but by producing bigger quantities, we save money. For example, we have staff that used to produce almost 200,000 cars. When you produce 100,000 cars, it means that the cost of production has doubled in terms of wages. You see? But if we can produce again back to 200,000 cars, then the staff cost will diminish. Because you same number of people, same wages, producing 100,000 cars and producing 200,000 cars, you can see. So though we may appear to be losing money in the export market, but the volume that we achieve contributes towards lowering our costs.
Speaking of costs, Proton right now is spending quite a lot of money on design, R&D, and quite a lot of people think maybe that's not the right way to go. Maybe just go back to rebadging where it's a lot cheaper and you can make better cars even. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we will never progress if we just change the logo, the front and back. We'll never progress. One has to remember that there is also a national agenda. It's not just about making money. We want to acquire engineering capabilities in this country. And the way to acquire it is to introduce an engineering business. And the Proton, the car provides a lot of engineering technologies and ways of doing things. We have to learn that. If we just import cars, put our badge, well, it's not our car. We might as well just import cars, don't put our badge. People know, well, this is a Accord. What's the good? I mean, we're not learning anything just by clamping two badges in front.
So what about the Suzuki collaboration?
Yeah?
Suzuki collaboration.
Yeah, they have certain technologies. They are very good in small cars. They are the third biggest automotive company in Japan. They have good knowledge about reducing costs. They have a lot of technology which we can access. Also, we can learn from them about Suzuki picks on the difficult market. They go to India. You know, before nobody could go to India. They went to India and they work with Maruti. And now they are selling 1 million cars in India. So they have certain knowledge which we need to acquire. But at the same time, they find that the Malaysian market is too small for them. They want to get out. And they have these facilities. And they offer to work with us. So why not? I mean, we can learn a lot from them. We are not very proud that we know everything. We have to learn from others.
So, given the example of Suzuki just now going to difficult markets, Proton has not shown any interest to explore markets like Africa or South America, where it's also difficult and potential for growth is huge.
We have in the past exported our cars to Argentina, to Chile. We have exported our cars to South Africa and to Egypt and many other countries. We have exported our cars to Australia, of course, some of the ASEAN countries. We have done all those things, but the penetration is very poor because for India, for example, when they invited us to go there. We went there and then they come here and they look at the car and say, oh, this is a Japanese car. So why should they buy a Japanese, work with us on a Japanese car when they can work with the Japanese? So that's why we have not penetrated into India. India is a very difficult country to go because they have very strong nationalist policies. To penetrate is very difficult. But we are trying, and we think that the new efforts we are putting in, learning all the details of each country and what their wants are. For example, we are exporting, I think, the most number of cars at the moment to Egypt. Egypt is buying our car, but we are selling them completely built up cars, competing with European brands which are being assembled there. They pay lower tax, we pay higher tax. So we have to price our car lower if you want to sell there. But for how long can we do that? So now we are thinking about doing some work in Egypt. Maybe an assembly plant, maybe sourcing more parts from Egypt. We have to do that. You see, so because of these constraints, and they cannot be overcome overnight. No, it takes time. We have to study carefully and then design the car to fit the market. You see, so these are the problems that are faced, and we are constantly monitoring the markets and trying to find ways of penetrating.
Moving to the future a little bit, talking about the new cars that's coming this year, can you share a little bit with us about the new cars?
Well, excuse me. Well, you know about our first D category car. We took a Mitsubishi car, put 2 badges, and call it the Proton. We learned nothing. And then from Mitsubishi, we switched to Honda. We took the Honda Accord, put something in front, something at the back, put our logo, and call it our car, and everybody says that's the Accord. So we had to change. We had to produce at least a car that looks like our car. So that is the strategy now. And I think we have been able to design a car that is attractive. And the drive train and the platform is Honda. So no question about the quality there. But the shape of the car, the top hat, so to speak, poses many problems. It's not easy. It's not just shaping it and putting it there. There are quality standards to be met. And that has taken us 2 years. But we have reduced the cost. By doing that, we reduce the cost. We cannot sell many cars because the D category cars doesn't sell well in Malaysia. And it may sell well in other countries. But we are planning first to use the Malaysian market and produce a car that doesn't look like the Honda Accord and sell it in this country. But we also invite foreigners to come and see the car. And they are excited about it. They say they can sell in their country. But we have to begin somewhere. We begin in Malaysia. So having shown that we are capable of changing the shape of the car, our 2 other cars which are getting old, the Saga and the Persona are getting old, they need to be upgraded. So we have redesigned the car again so that it will not look like the old car. And we put in many new equipment there to improve the performance of the car. So once we produce the Perdana and sell it, hopefully at the end of March, we sell it in the market, we'll see the response and we'll see the need for us to launch the Persona, whether what we have done is enough or not. And believe me, it's not going to be just a copy of the old Persona. It will be different and we will have more features. And then we have to produce the Saga, because Saga is our bread and butter. It's the most popular car, but it's old. It's very old. It's more than 8 years now. So we have to improve. And as we do this, of course, in the future, we have to keep on upgrading cars to keep up with the market. Because as I said just now, it's no longer a mechanical car. Today, electronics go in. 200 parts are controlled by electronics. It's not easy. Our people have to learn about electronics, how to control parts and how to improve. For example, we did some improvement, but the salespeople didn't tell the buyers. Our car, when it goes up a slope like that, you put the brakes on, and then when you leave the foot off the brake, the car doesn't slide back. It gives you 3 seconds to shift, because women drivers, for example, are very scared that the car will bash the car behind. People don't even know that, because we have not told them. And there are many features, like opening the door. You have to pull twice. This is some European standards that they have. And when starting the car, you have to put the foot on the brake. These are not for Japanese car, but for European cars. So we are learning from Japan, from Europe, from everywhere else to improve the performance of our future cars. And believe me, we are not satisfied. We will keep up with the trends, with the new technologies, so that we will be at par with world-class cars.
Another part of the strategy that you mentioned is maintaining